Hello, my name is Trey, and I'd like to talk to you today about the 20th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. The 20th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution was proposed in 1932 and ratified on January 23, 1933, and is split up into 6 sections. This amendment's main goal was to shorten the lame duck period and to allow officials to take office sooner, and also created a backup plan in the event a president-elect dies or has not been chosen by Inauguration Day. Prior to this amendment, however, elected officials who lost or didn't run for re-election continued to serve until March 4th, which is referred to as the lame duck period. Section 1 of the 20th Amendment says that every 4 years, the term of the current president and vice president will end at noon on January 20th, and power transitions to the newly elected leaders. The 20th Amendment also states that the terms of senators and representatives end at noon on January 3rd. It is important to know that while the president and vice president have 4-year terms, representatives serve 2-year terms, senators serve 6-year terms. Section 2 states that Congress will assemble at least once a year, also on January 3rd, unless by law that Congress appoints to meet on a different day. Section 3 states that if the president-elect happens to not be chosen before the beginning of his or her term, the vice president-elect will take their place as president. The same is also true if a vice president has not been chosen before the beginning of his or her term. In the event that neither a president-elect nor a vice president-elect have qualified, Congress will lawfully declare who will act as president or vice president until one has qualified. Section 4 states that if the president were to die, the House of Representatives will choose a president when the right of choice has fallen upon them, and the same is true for the Senate if the vice president were to die. Also, in 1947, Congress adopted the Presidential Succession Act, which provided for the Speaker of the House to act as president, followed by the President pro tempore of the Senate, and then by the department heads in the order in which each department had been established. The full order of presidential succession is Vice President, Speaker of the House of Representatives, President pro tempore of the Senate, Secretary of State, Secretary of the Treasury, Secretary of Defense, Attorney General, Secretary of Interior, Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Commerce, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Health and Human Services, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, Secretary of Transportation, Secretary of Energy, Secretary of Education, Secretary of Veterans Affairs, and the Secretary of Homeland Security. Section 5 specified that after ratification, Sections 1 and 2 would go in effect on October 15th, and Section 6 specified that the article would be inoperative unless ratified by 3/4 of several states within 7 years of submission. To learn more about this and the other 26 amendments of the Constitution, visit constitution.congress.gov. I would love to talk about this again to you later.